Alrighty, what's up, mate? So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Max Sheriff Dunks. You see, my channel is literally dedicated to teaching people how to become more athletic, more explosive, jump higher, sprint faster, all the rest of it. Basically, how to become a freak athlete. Now, you probably clicked on this video because you want to jump higher. You know, I don't blame you. Who doesn't want to jump high? Who doesn't want to dunk a basketball? Who doesn't want to be explosive as hell? So, well done for clicking on this video. Anyways, I think let's get into it. In this video, I'm going to take you through literally everything you need to know in order to jump very, very high. This is going to give you the framework to becoming an incredibly explosive athlete. And from this, I firmly believe that you will jump very high, and who knows, you'll probably get your first dunk. So, let's get into it. How to jump higher than anyone you know. Full guide. First of all, strength is non-negotiable. You need to increase the amount of force that your body can produce into the ground, thus being able to propel yourself upwards. Jumping is physics. If you want more impulse, you need to increase the amount of force that your body can produce, because once your technique has been mastered, you cannot increase time. And jumping is all about impulse. More impulse means basically more power. You're going to jump higher. So, therefore, we can see that elite strength is non-negotiable. Additionally, strength is so important if you want to stay healthy. When you do, your squats, your deadlifts, that kind of thing, you strengthen your tendons. And by strengthening your tendons, you reduce your risk of injury. So, how do we want to get stronger? We want to get stronger at compound lifts. A key one is you need to increase your squat, okay? The squat has the best correlation in terms of strength to vertical jump, from what I've seen. But yeah, compound lifts, we want to be doing our squats, our deadlifts, our calf raises, our Bulgarian split squats, that kind of thing. Now, elite jumpers, they don't care about arbitrary strength standards. However, it's a really, really good goal if you can aim to one day get to 1.5 times your body weight on the split squat and 2 times your body weight on the back squat. If you can get to that, man oh man, you're going to be jumping very high. So, just go out and get really freaking strong. There's no excuse for not being strong in the weight room. Just go out and lift some tin, man. Get really strong. Next up, rate of force development. You need to increase the amount of force that your body can produce in a quick amount of time. You need to increase your ability to produce lots of force very quickly. Jumping is all about rate of force development, okay? Jumping is all about power. If you can produce lots of force very quickly, the chances are you're going to be able to jump very high. Now, the best way to increase your rate of force development is through power cleans. Now, all the best athletes do them for a reason. Think about Noah Lyles. Think about all the top sprinters, all the top American football players, all the wide receivers, all the best athletes in the world. They do Olympic lifts because it works. And for me, personally, I've seen a direct correlation between how high my power clean is and how high I'm jumping. At the moment, my power clean is as high as it's ever been, and I'm also jumping as high as I've ever jumped. So, that should put some perspective. And yeah, get strong on the power clean. Now, in order to learn the power clean, well, that's a whole nother video. But the thing I really suggest to you is get an empty barbell and just rep it out. Look at the technique on YouTube and just look at the key points and do that thousands of times. And from that, you'll get really efficient. And, when you get better and better at the power clean, of course, you are going to jump higher. You can also do squat jumps to improve your rate of force development. Next, max effort jumping. I know this sounds really, really silly, and you're going to think, what is this guy talking about? That's so obvious. But yeah, jumping. I mean, why are so many of you guys not even doing it? I don't see enough people going out and max effort jumping. You got to think about the law of specificity, right? So if you want to get better at something, you have to do that thing more often. If I wanted to get better at football, I'd probably play football more often, wouldn't I? Okay, so that is why you need to be jumping a lot. Additionally, the beauty of plyometrics like max effort jumping is that they self-intensify, meaning that as you get better and better, the jumps themselves become more and more intense, and they serve to continue overloading your body and spurring on adaptations. These adaptations make you jump higher. Note, this only happens if you have maximum intent. So you're not going to make any progress if you're not jumping with maximum intent. So go out and jump as high as you can with max intent. Now, me personally, I jumped every single day for 3 months. And, well, let's just say my vertical jump skyrocketed. My vert went up by about 7 or 8 inches and I got my first dunk. So, there you go. Personally, I think you should be jumping for about 1 to 2 hours, 1 to 2 times per week. And if you want just pure reps, how many reps you should be doing, 20 to 50 reps per week should suffice. And if you can do that, you will probably jump very high in the future and be able to dunk a basketball. Next, sprinting. Right, sprinting is a fast, short ground contact time activity which has insanely high ground reaction forces, both horizontally during acceleration and vertically during upright sprinting. Additionally, it develops those fast twitch muscle fibers that are so essential in an explosive activity like jumping. It will develop your elasticity and your tendon stiffness as well. Now, that is going to contribute to you jumping very high. If we can have stiffer tendon, you're going to be able to pop off the ground very quickly. So as a general rule of thumb, sprint 1 to 3 times per week. You can do an acceleration day and a top end speed day if you want. Acceleration is more specific to 2-foot jumping, deeper shin angles, just more specific angles to 2-foot jumping. And then top end speed is more specific to 1-foot jumping, because you see a lesser knee angle in top end speed. Same with 1-foot jumping. So you want to be warming up really well, because as I've said before with the jumping thing, it only really works if you're going at max intent and just running at over 95% of your max velocity. So you need to warm up, get your heart racing, just truly, get feeling ready. Rest a lot in between sets. You need to rest about a minute per 10 meters sprinted. And from that, if you can do all these things, sprinting can contribute massively to increasing your vertical jump. Okay, consistency. You have to stick with it longer than anyone else. That's the key. You could listen to everything in this video, but if you don't apply it with any consistency, you are not going to make any progress. Success is not a product. Success is a product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime Success is a product of daily habits, not once in a lifetime transformation. This is where most people fail. The amount of work that you do in a single day doesn't even have to be that high. Real progress is made when you stack up hundreds of weeks together, and that adds up. It can be a small amount of work, but over the span of years, it really does add up. But the problem is, most people aren't willing to wait that long. And the reason is because at the start, you're going to suck. You're going to be unmotivated. You're going to have setbacks. But if you stick with it long enough, something really cool is going to happen. You're going to get good. And when you get good, things get fun. And when things get fun, you don't stop. And when you don't stop, you keep on getting better and better. And when that happens, people are going to be asking you for the secret sauce. You're just going to chuckle to yourself. So, consistency is so crucial. And you can even see that graph there on the right. that is truly how vertical jump progress, and any progress in life kind of works. At the start, 1 or 2 weeks, you're probably not going to see that much progress. Actually, it's more like, it's like this. It's like that with vertical jump progress. You basically need to stick with it for like 1 or 2 months, and then suddenly you just get that climb. Next, technique. Technique is one of those things that if you can optimize it, you can increase your vert by about 4 or 5 inches in one day. Because that's what I did personally. You need to optimize it. It's a really low hanging fruit. And if you can get it right, then you're going to enable yourself to groove it over time. And that's going to help with all your max effort jumps that you do. You don't want to be doing max effort jumps on bad technique. That's not going to be conducive to jumping high in the future. So if you're a 1 foot jumper, check out my 1 foot jump technique video. I think it's this thumbnail. I can't remember the title, but yeah, just have a look if you want to jump higher off 1 foot. 2 foot jump, just look at Isaiah Rivera. He has some good videos about 2 foot jumping. And yeah, some simple advice I have is to start close and work your way further out. So you'll start off just literally off a step, then you take it to 2 steps, then 3 steps, then 4 steps. That will help you tremendously. Another thing is just doing lots of jumps. Over time, you're going to optimize your technique if you take lots of jumps. For 2 foot, you basically want to focus on having a really long penultimate step. For 1 foot, you basically want to focus on that rolling contact of the heel before you take your jumping foot. So you roll down and lower, and then you can explode. And then rhythm, just really important. Make sure you have rhythm. Rhythm is more important than speed, from what I've found. If you want to jump higher, then you can check out my training program. It's a very worthwhile investment. Don't you think it'd be worthwhile if you could, jump higher, sprint faster, and basically just skyrocket your athleticism in just 12 weeks? I think it'd be worthwhile for you to do that. I think you would really enjoy the program, and I think that it would change your life. But, you don't have to do that. I just thought I'd brush over that. If you're interested in that, have a look in the description. And yeah, well, I increased my vert by 6 inches in just 12 weeks by doing this. So it clearly works a fair bit. And yeah, have a look if you want. Next, staying healthy. Staying healthy is arguably one of the most important things if you want to jump higher. If you're, doing super intense and high volume work, you're going to get injured. And then you're not going to be able to improve, and you're going to have a backlog of training. So you don't want to do that. The way you want to stay healthy is, simple stuff. Sleeping well, eating well, load management, okay? You need to make sure you don't load up your days too much. So the main training program I sort of follow is high-low training. So you have a day of high intensity, then low intensity. This is all based on CNS loading. So if I do sprints and a leg session on one day, that's incredibly high and taxing on the CNS. Whereas doing, an upper body pump session, that's not as loading on the CNS. So you might do sprints and legs and then do upper body the next day. But basically, you don't want to go out and sprint every day, because that's going to be really taxing on your body. You're likely going to get worse from it, and you'll probably get injured. Okay? Next thing. Next thing, isometrics, okay? Isometrics are a very potent tool if you have knee pain. Now, knee pain, of course, is one of the biggest issues with jump training. Most people run into knee pain. I know I certainly have. Isometrics are one of those things that can help you to get away from knee pain. So basically what you do is you hold a position, let's say a wall sit. You hold that for 45 seconds, you do that 5 times, and that should have a very positive effect for your knee pain. It will make your knees feel a lot better, and it will make the tendon stronger, so you're less likely to make it hurt anymore. It's going to be less painful to jump on. And another thing is slow squats. I really like doing these after like a jump session. So basically, your knees might be feeling a bit knackered, bit beat up after a jump session, but what you're going to do, you're going to go to the gym and you're going to do 70% on the bar, really slow tempo, slow on the way up, slight pause at the bottom, and then slow on the way up. And what that's going to do is that's going to have a similar effect to the isometrics, but it just strengthens the tendon, and that should have, again, a positive effect for your knees. You want to do like 4 to 10 reps on these, and that should help your knee pain tremendously. But yeah, there you have it. I suppose that's the full guide. That's everything you need to know if you want to jump higher. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you can apply this into your life, because if you can, you will definitely jump higher, and you'll probably get your first dunk. So, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, check out the program if you really want, and yeah. Oh, just stay consistent with it, please. Just stay consistent with it.